We're going to talk about Adam Lambert now. And if you haven't heard that name
Long
in a while,
time.
I'm with you there.
My favorite.
It reminds me of when American Idol was still airing and we were a proper country. But those days are over. And now Adam Lambert has a big problem with straight actors playing gay characters.
What else is new?
Of course he does.
So there has been an idea floated around that there will be a George Michael biopic. Honestly, I'm tired of the biopics. We're very oversaturated on that front. We don't need a biopic for literally every celebrity that's ever lived.
Not only celebrity, but have you noticed that Bohemian Rhapsody, Rocket Man, and now this upcoming who's the
Whitney Houston had one too.
Whitney Houston just came out, yeah.
Jersey
There's Amy
Boys.
Winehouse.
Oh, that'd be kind of cool. But I mean, I was gonna say, have you noticed that they're all gay guys?
Elvis.
Not all.
They're not all, but I mean, I
mean, Elvis isn't gay.
The only biopic that
As
I
far as we
like
know.
is
As far as we
Walk
know.
Hard, the Dewey Cox story.
Yeah, that was a great
It's
one.
the only
That was a
one that
great
I'll approve of.
Yeah.
Was
I agree
Weird
with that.
Al gay? I don't think he was gay.
So Daniel Radcliffe
That we
might
know
be
of.
though.
I don't know if he
And,
was. I don't think he was.
They're not all gay.
No, they're not. But I just found
You
it
just
funny.
like only focus on the gay
Yeah,
ones.
only the three ones. But I just
it's-
found it funny.
Haven't
that
you
those are,
heard the rumor that like the whole rap industry, like basically all the successful rappers are all gay?
That's a
I-
conspiracy.
That's a conspiracy. We
Yeah.
could do that episode one day where we could talk about
I mean,
that.
Uzi Vert is already out as a they them.
Is
Yes,
he?
he is. He
So
They is
I
they.
think there's just something. There's something in the world that being a great entertainer or a successful entertainer, I should say, also equates to being gay.
Well, it equates
There's
to
something
being,
there.
It equates to being like kind of a social outcast, and that goes with not being, not fitting into gender roles. You know?
I just want to
Like,
say, Lil B was the first person to change gender roles within the rap game. Everyone else that's doing this, like
Base.
Young Thug was wearing like the dress later. Come on, Lil B was on ESPN in a dress and wearing like dangly earrings and a big open hat that should have belonged on The View. Like at least a year prior to that. I'm a Lil B fan, and I'm tired of this co-opting of the word based. Lil B was first. I just want to make sure I say
It
that
is
on
really
the air.
funny how that
important.
word, like both sides use that word, like
Based.
So
based. Oh yeah,
but it
everyone
was
uses that word.
appropriated first from Lil B
Correct.
by
base
the right
god.
wing, and then
Yeah.
it was appropriated from the right wing.
Yes, by the left
basically.
now. Or
But
they're
anyway,
trying to. Anyways,
so
sorry
we've
for
seen,
derailing.
We've seen Rami Malek, who is straight, play Freddie Mercury in his biopic. And then Taron Egerton playing Elton John in his biopic.
Taron
So these
Egerton.
are straight men playing gay characters in biopics. These were real men. They're being represented by someone who doesn't belong to the same identity group. Big whoop, whatever. I didn't watch either of these biopics. I think they're incredibly irrelevant. But anyway, just at the idea that Theo James, a straight actor, would play George Michael, here's what Adam Lambert had to say. Yay, another straight man playing a gay icon. Eye roll emoji. Love the snark.
I love the snark.
But here's what I think. Let's just stop making biopics altogether.
Yeah,
True.
like we don't have to
And that
worry
would
about.
solve this problem entirely.
We don't have
Yeah.
to worry about straight or gay or anything in between if you just don't make
Well,
them.
you know why they're so popular though is the current celebrities, entertainers. They're doing it. Like they're doing biopics of themselves through social media and their iPhones.
See,
These stars of the
Right.
80s, 70s,
Yeah.
we didn't get that luxury. So
Madonna-
people expect it now.
Madonna's making her own. By the way, biopic might be more of a Fed term than Appalachia.
Okay.
Biopic.
You're shaming Kellen's.
I am.
Biopic?
I like biopic.
Did I say biopic?
You said biopic.
Oh.
I like it. I like it.
Okay.
Huh.
Whitney Houston one is coming out, but the other thing is like what? We're gonna get the Madonna one. She's gonna be on. part of
Madonna
this-
just nuked her whole social media, her
yeah.
Instagram.
Well, she's like been recently accused of like human trafficking in
God.
like
Seriously?
she's got a charity like an adoption charity in Africa, I think, that is
All
being
of her
accused
adopted
of-
children are black.
Yeah,
from
like
Africa.
and it was accused of like human trafficking.
That's weird.
Um,
But that doesn't mean she did it. That means
No,
the
it just means
agency
she's
was-
the agency. I don't know if that's anything true. I mean,
That's
her real
odd.
crime is her weird pictures of herself that she posted on social
But anyway,
media. all the time.
she is going to be directing her own biopic, she said, because she doesn't want it to be her narrative to be controlled by a man.
Not at all.
But I don't know. Like, I also think that if a straight actor plays a gay character and does gay stuff on camera for it, that's sussy. Like,
Nah.
It's their job.
It's an
I
actor.
definitely wouldn't date a
Why-
straight man who played a gay man on camera.
So is it sussy that Superman? There's an actor that plays Superman.
Yes.
That's a little sussy.
Sus.
I'm just saying it doesn't.
Can he
prove he's
You're
not
playing
Kryptonian?
pretend.
That has nothing to do with sexuality.
Pretend
though.
is pretend, though. You're playing pretend. That's what acting is. I think it's unfair to say you're acting if you're doing certain things, but not if you're doing other things.
Yeah, I thought it was acting. I thought that was the whole point.
It's the whole point.
I thought that was the,
Yeah.
the
I mean,
whole
I get
thing.
that it's pretending, but also like, I don't think that it's like not sussy to pretend to be gay.
Wait, hold on. That's too many double negatives.
It's not sussy.
It's not sussy. It makes sense. Yeah.
I don't know. Like, men these days
I don't think
just
there's a
like
difference.
have no virility or actual,
What if
attraction to women.
what if a-
Especially Hollywood men. Like, Hollywood men are
Hey,
not into
hey,
women.
I was a Hollywood guy who was into women. I lived in Hollywood for years.
What I mean is like these actors, you
yeah,
know, like
okay.
these-
Actors. I'll go with actors. I'll put it at actors. We'll
These
be
dudes
cool
in
with that.
Hollywood, like, they're not straight, you know?
Yeah.
I think you're overgeneralizing a
Yeah,
little bit here.
I don't know.
Like, I think plenty of them. The amount of assault cases against women from actors proves that they're definitely straight. Like
It's one thing if you're Harry Styles and you wear a dress to an interview that's unrelated to a movie you're doing, right? But if you have to wear a dress in a movie, you're playing a role.
Average Panda's 100%.
You know?
He says, if Luke Evans, a gay actor, can play Gaston, a straight actor can act as a gay character. And Luke Evans, we've talked about this. Luke Evans came out and said, he's like, I don't want to be restricted to just playing roles in which I'm gay.
Barney Stinson on How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying
know,
you
that's
can't.
a
I'm
good
not saying
example of
that
that, too.
doesn't work. Certainly, like, a gay actor can play a straight character, a straight actor can play a gay character, and both can certainly like do those jobs. It is a job. However, when it's a gay character on screen, I always see that there is an agenda behind it. And that's what I'm tired of.
Yeah, there always is.
You know?
I feel like there always is.
There's always an agenda of kind of like humiliation behind having straight men perform these acts on camera. Like, just watch something like Mysterious Skin, like a movie like that, and tell me that that isn't seen as degrading by the people who made that movie. You know?
Yeah.
But also, like, the idea is, like, maybe not all of them show anything, any type of scene like that. It might just be, like, they are romantically involved with someone else and they don't show actual sexual
Well,
scene.
The Office is a good example of that.
Yeah.
Oscar is one of the staple characters, and he's gay, and they do it. I think they do it amazingly. He's like, his whole character is like, I'm not trying to broadcast this. Just let me do my work. I'm an
right.
accountant. And
Okay.
Michael, the boss,
the-
is constantly antagonizing.
That
him
would
for being
never
gay.
happen today.
The
when gay
mid-2000s,
characters
it
are
was
on
so
screen
different back
today,
then.
it's completely the opposite.
And it's part of their character. It's a huge part of their character, so it can't just be embedded
Right.
in who they are. It has to be front and center.
So what?
Which is why it's boring.
So if you're saying like, oh, it's just playing pretend, like it doesn't mean anything, it means a lot actually to the people who are writing these scripts, who are creating these stories.
Writing them, sure, but I'm saying, but a person playing the role, he just auditioned for a role. He's playing, you know.
Yeah.
I don't think it matters as
gay
much to
role.
the actor. A gay
Plus,
role.
yeah, well,
It's
no,
a gay
no.
role.
Here's the thing. He's looking at it. An actor's not looking at it in the vein of just who the person slept with. He's looking. This was an interesting human being. He had an interesting story to tell. He was more dynamic beyond just who he slept with. Therefore, I want to investigate and portray all aspects of who this person was. It just so happens that one of those aspects happens to be his sexuality. If you start limiting people from being able to take roles because only gay men should portray gay characters on screen, you limit a lot of actors from getting a lot of great roles, great performances out of characters that they never would have otherwise done.
Like,
It is the trope of how actors in Hollywood oftentimes very, very like annoyingly say, acting is a search for truth. Like, that's a
it's not.
dorky thing to say,
not. I don't
but
think
in
it
a
is.
lot of ways, what they're searching for is to find the truth behind a character
Oh, yes,
or an
okay.
actor, right? Like, I'm not
Right.
saying that it's
Yeah,
not dorky to say something like that or
Right.
think like you're above everyone else or special. It is dorky, but I get it. Like, they're not looking at it through the lens of sexuality. They're looking at it through the lens of a dynamic person, in this case, a real person who they could portray accurately.
And perspective is knowledge.
Yeah.
So when we're not necessarily talking about method acting, but when you deep dive into a role, you're gonna gain
I don't think
perspective.
that
You're
these
gonna
things
learn
should be portrayed
something.
on screen. I just don't think they should be public, like shown to the public.
I don't have a problem with gay people. Like the thing is, though, it's true. Like think about Modern Family, a very famous and
That's a good one.
well-known gay couple, and one of them is not gay, and it's like it's a great dynamic. Their couple dynamic on it is hilarious. It's funny. You know what I mean? I watch a show and I'm like, that is a funny joke. It was a good. It's not. It doesn't. You don't have to like. Someone in the chat said it doesn't have to be like, if there's no. Like indecent things, if there's no like actual like lip to lip content or contact on the actual show, I mean I'm like okay with it. Like, okay, they're gay, like the gay people exist, like
I think that like gay people have had a special place in entertainment, but at the same time, when they're portrayed on screen today, especially if it's in a biopic about somebody who has had a big impact on culture, like Freddie Mercury or George Michael or Elton John or any of these people, or Prince, like David Bowie, name any of these people. It's always these are movies made by people who think that their sexuality means more than anything else they ever did.
Also, personally, I don't really
That's
care.
true.
I don't really care about seeing romantic scenes on screen anyways, because
Yeah.
I don't
it
want
doesn't interest me.
intimacy.
Like straight or gay, I just like most of the time.
I agree.
You can do a lot more with cutting to black.
Dude, Game of Thrones was
and
that
if
way
it's-
for me.
Yeah, and
Well,
if
too
it's
much.
if they do too much of it, it's over the top, and so much of it is done in a way that's designed to draw audiences in from people who actually want to watch stuff like that. But I find that more often than not, it takes away from the pacing of the story rather than adds
it
to
does.
A good example. Here's a good
I
example.
can't watch my parents either. It makes you so uncomfortable.
I'll give you, well, there's like the rise
So
of media
uncomfortable.
you can't watch with family members. Here's two examples of both where showing it works and where not showing it works. In the show Suits, they show the first romantic encounter between, between Michael, I don't remember this, Ross? What's the character's name in
Might be
Suits?
Ross.
It's Patrick J. Adams, but I forget, Michael. His name's Mike. Mike Ross. Okay, him and Meghan Markle's character. And they built up to that in the way it's cut with the music. It's done extremely well. It's basic cable, so it's not super over the top. But here's another example. The show Bones, which for 6 seasons, David Boreanaz and Emily Deschanel have this off and on chemistry. They never show it. They cut to the next day. They don't even cut to showing them in bed the next day. What they do is there's like a tragedy that happens amongst their group of people, and has to stay at his house because she's not safe. And basically she is sad and like gets into bed with him and just lays down with him. They never intimate that it goes farther than that, but the next day they cut to her talking to someone else at the office and they talk about how it happens. Some people felt extremely like as if they screwed them over by not showing anything.
Yeah,
but you
because
don't
people
need
have this
to.
weird prying urge
Right,
to
right,
see
right,
this
right.
stuff on screen, when it, like, if you want to watch porn, go watch porn.
Yeah.
Like,
for
why
real.
does it need to be inserted on like mainstream platforms?
Yeah, it doesn't.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.